Now, the discussion about painkillers is because it's claimed people in the North East are taking more addictive painkillers than anyone else in the UK. It also claims we're the most likely to be taking more than the safe dose. 2 out of 5 who were surveyed said they couldn't work without them. They couldn't bear to live without them. Simon Stevens is from Addictions UK. Simon, this addiction, is this pathological? Is it psychological dependence?
It can be pathological, psychological, or it can be physical. There's various pathways that people can become addicted. Addiction can mean different things to different people. I suppose what you'd want to look for is those people who are taking painkillers at the prescribed rate but feel that they've been taking them for so long that they know that should they stop taking them, they will suffer withdrawal symptoms. The other problem they'll also face is, of course, that they will have no pain relief as well, so they have a fear about stopping. Then there are those people who have taken painkillers, and perhaps they only needed them, for example, for a short period of time, but they have found that it also quells internal anxieties, fears and worries and things. And for them, then it can rapidly spiral out of control. So you have a second group of people who perhaps are taking prescribed painkillers, but also buying, more tablets on the black market as well. So this whole area divides up into different categories of people.
Yeah, the stories we've heard this morning, and people have been tweeting in and putting on Facebook, they really do tick all of those boxes, to be honest, Simon.
I'm not surprised to hear that this is, I believe it's been one of your biggest phone-in topics for a long time.
It is an absolute storm. I mean, a few years ago I mentioned on air, happened to say I didn't realise about the dangers of codeine, and the text just came in saying, just because you get it over a chemist, it's, it doesn't mean that it's safe. But there will be people, Simon, who, to be honest, would have that feeling and then want to take it more to recapture that.
That is a third category of people who abuse. They may not be physically dependent, but they may later on become physically dependent. But they're using the painkillers, that medication, as a recreational drug. So you have a third category. It makes it very complicated. We tend to refer to, people have become addicted. But we can mean many different things for different groups of people as to what that really means.
So there's somebody, bus driver, developed various problems, and then says basically that you have to go cold turkey to get off this list of drugs.
That can be the case. One thing I'd like to highlight is some research work that's been done recently that said if you are using painkillers, that you really need to perhaps use them for 2 or 3 weeks and then start backing off, because they become counterproductive. You sense that the pain is actually worse than it really is. That continually just doping up on painkillers and having more and more is counterproductive. It does not solve the problem. That really they've got to be used in a very specialist way. It's not something that you can just keep having more and more of. And the number of people that come to our organisation with addictions to painkillers ranging from Nurofen all the way up to really strong opioids. And many are saying, like the chap that you had on there, that really I don't care about the pain anymore, I'm prepared to put up with that. And what surprises them is that actually once they're off the medication and all the horrible effects that's beginning to have, the pain's really not that bad.
Simon Stevens, thank you very much. Simon Stevens from Addictions UK.